Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Zero and welcome to a Zero Forge automation tutorial. Now today is not necessarily an automation episode, this is more of how to get to the place we want to automate things at. And what better place is that than the top of the Nether? Pretty nice, right? Alright, so there's a couple issues getting to the top of the Nether. One, it's really high up and very, very dangerous. Yeah, we get that. But there's also this one really stubborn piece in all of Minecraft that seems to prevent us from getting everywhere we want to go. Bedrock. How do we get past Bedrock? Well, I'm going to start off by giving you a little caveat here, is that it's not exactly traditional methods. In fact, it's more so frowned upon, the methods we're about to use today. This does exploit some game mechanics, however, there really isn't another method to doing this, and it's become pretty mainstream, to be honest. I've seen a lot of good big YouTubers utilizing the top of the Nether, as well as having to break some other Nether blocks, Bedrock blocks. So there are a couple methods I would like to use, two which I know are very functional in 1.11.2. So let's go on and get into it. Okay, so this whole tutorial kind of begs the question, how exactly do we get to the top of Nether to break a hole through it? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's just a matter of finding the right spot. So the top of the Nether is 120 on the y-axis, and the closest you can get is 125 on our y-axis. So what you need to do is place down a rail and a minecart on top of it. I've gone into survival mode to show that this is plausible and you can do it. You don't have to be creative. What you're going to do is you're going to get into the minecart, you're going to throw an ender portal up, and you're just kind of going to have to hope that the variables are in your favor. You can actually try and left shift out and it may pop you through, but odds are by the time the ender pearl hits your roof of the top of the roof, you should pour through. So let's go ahead and try. There you go. So it took a couple shots through two pearls and eventually popped me through. The best information or the best tips I can give you is be patient. Be patient with it, because sometimes you'll freak out and yeah, you'll end up yeah, I do good. So what's important there is also to note your coordinates. So I think it was right here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back into game mode 1. Alright, it wasn't there. So I'm gonna, just for example, for reference sake, I'm going to go ahead and break this through. What you want to do is make sure you find a location with just one piece of bedrock between the ceiling and the roof. I'm gonna go ahead and place this piece of dirt right there. Alright, let's get on with the build. Alright, so the first method is a pretty intense method. This one's probably going to be the most resource intensive, and it is fairly complex and it has a couple variables chances to fail. However, I doubt that this one will actually be fixed in upcoming patches, simply because it's just a lot of things going on at once and it makes it very hard for the game to figure out what's going on. So this is the overall setup. I'm going to go ahead and get into it step by step. Alright, let's get on with the build. So first thing you'll need is some obsidian. You should only need 12 blocks and some sticky pistons. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves some repeaters, an activator rail, minecart, redstone, and a lever, as well as some mossy cobblestone. So what I like to do first is map out my area where I'm going to be basically breaking through. So I'm going to go ahead and break this block, place some sticky pistons, and then begin placing my perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll place 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. This is what it should look like. This block here is the one we're going to be destroying. Next, let's go ahead and place our lever, and then 5 repeaters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This repeater should end right behind this sticky piston. Next, you can use obsidian, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we are well aware that it is the block of iron that is our waste block. Go ahead and place that directly behind that piston, and then in front of this repeater. Finally, place a piece of redstone here, place the redstone here, and finally our activator rail. It doesn't matter the orientation. Next, before we place our TNT cart, let's go ahead and up these to the maximum delay. Okay, and let's go ahead and place some cobblestone walls here and here. These gives these sticky pistons something to interact with. That's an additional block update. And this is what it should look like thus far. Okay, finally, let's go ahead and place a repeater here and a repeater here. Set this one to 1 additional tick, and we won't need to mess with these just yet. Go ahead and place your TNT minecart and flick your lever. What this will do is cause a multiple block update within a single area, causing us to lose our extended piston head. Excellent. Now, before you go and unpower the redstone, grab a redstone block, place it here, and this will cause this to stay powered the entire time. Now we can take the power away from our redstone. Excellent. Next step, go ahead and place a waste block here. Now this block will now be powered by the redstone pulse, and it will extend this piston. Make sure you place your cobblestone walls back down. Place a TNT minecart, power it up. Perfect. Now we have 2 sticky pistons in a null state. Go ahead and place a redstone block for this one to keep it powered, and we can go ahead and unpower our array now. The last step, we need to make ourselves an additional set of pistons. 1, 2, 3. Use your waste blocks to build up 4 high. Go ahead and grab yourself some regular pistons. Bring it over here. Facing down, facing down. Go ahead and power it. Unpower. Additional. Power it. Okay, now we have a piston facing into the bedrock. Go ahead and break the rest of this off. That'll work. Next, go ahead and place the piston facing up. Break this bedrock, or obsidian here. And we will need redstone and repeaters and 1 lever. So we'll go ahead and go here, here. Break this block. Place a repeater here. Place our lever here. Redstone, redstone. Repeater, repeater. And a piece of redstone. So, what will happen in this situation is we'll be sending multiple block updates all converging on top of this one piece of bedrock, thus overloading the game with an algorithm that can't compute and creating a null space in the bedrock. Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, now that our redstone power blocks are powering everything, go ahead and break these. Unpower. And you may have noticed that this block has completely flipped. Yeah, I bet you're wondering why. Let's go ahead and switch over. Survival. Break this piston. Ta-da! We now have a hole in the nether. That'll get us right down back into the big fiery world that we love so much. Okay, so the next method is a little more on the... Well, I'm just kidding. They're all really, really glitchy and probably shouldn't happen. And maybe one day it'll be fixed. But this one uses the dragon egg. Now you'll see I have 2 of them. There is a dragon egg duping method, which is, again, very, very frowned upon. Very non-traditional. But it is a good method to remove bedrock. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. You can actually do this in any method you would like. The thing is, with this method, it will just go ahead and keep breaking through bedrock. You don't necessarily need to find a one layered area. So what we'll do first is we're going to go ahead and place our piston, and we're going to make a NOT gate, basically putting a inversion redstone torch here, having it permanently extended, and we're going to go ahead and feed off in this direction. Next thing we need to do, take your dragon egg, place it directly on top. This area right here, this bedrock, will be broken by this dragon egg. So what we need to do next is go into our options, video setting, and make sure that our render distance is set at 2, the tiniest. You can also go F3G, that is F3 plus G simultaneously on your keyboard, and that will give you a layout of all your loaded chunks. Basically what we're doing is that we're making sure this chunk gets unloaded. So let's go ahead and do this. What we're going to do is build a redstone path out this direction, 2 chunks, or at least to the point where this disappears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and on the 15th one, always place a redstone repeater because the redstone maximum pulse is 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and as we pass in this next chunk, it should disappear. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, do not put a delay on there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yes. So this should work right here. I'll go ahead and break this one. Go ahead and put a lever down. We're going to go power this, unpower it real quick. And we should have ourselves a hole in the ground. Excellent. So yeah, that's just basically a lazy chunk loading method of breaking through the Nether, or breaking back into the Nether, breaking through Bedrock. This can be done pretty much anywhere, and you can actually do this to the point where you could, in fact, break a hole into the void at the bottom of the overworld, or whatever the world you want to use. Anyways, that is the 2 methods that I've used to break through Bedrock. There are a couple out there, though they are a little on the more glitchy side, and they require a little more manipulation. Obviously, you could always go into creative and break yourself some Bedrock. Again, if you're playing on SMP or survival, that's obviously not something that's available to you. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you really liked this episode and you want to see more tutorials and everything else I upload, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And if you really, really, really liked it, make sure you press the little bell on the subscribe button, and you'll get a notification every time I upload something. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.